Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For this video, well, if I can speak, I'm gonna be reacting to viral TikTok Demure trend results in wild legal action. So I have heard of Demure. I don't know. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not all up on TikTok like that. So I don't know the source of it. I don't know like the reference, like where it started, what it's like. The source as in what it's actually talking about. I don't know the trend that well, so I guess I'll find out in this video. But like I said, I'm not all up on TikTok, so I don't know what it's all about. But yeah, I reacted to his other video about another lawsuit with an airline, and I thought that was crazy, so I wanted to react to this because I've heard of Demure before, but I don't know how it would lead to a lawsuit or legal action. I don't know. But I guess I'll find out if I stop talking and play the video. So let's get into the video, and please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below.
Right, so do you remember in one of my last videos when I said this? Let's try to remember to be demure, mindful, and cute. I don't even know what demure means. Reserved, modest, and shy, typically used of a woman. Okay, the more you know. Well, when I posted that video, it became very apparent to me that I was quite literally the only person in the world that didn't know what it meant. Somehow Marky has avoided the demure trend, lol. Watching Marky cluelessly read demure warmed my heart.
He's not
Such
the
a
only
good
one.
video, very demure,
Or I guess
very
I'm not the only
thoughtful.
one.
Like, honestly, I didn't have a clue what was going on here. Well, folks, I am very proud to announce that
But yeah, I watched another YouTuber, and he was like talking about this, and he was like he was kind of offended that someone called him Demure, because he's like, I am not Demure, whatever, blah blah blah, because he looked up the definition and he was like, that is not me. So yeah, I don't know. Well, I've heard about the trend kind of, and I saw that video about him complaining like he's not Demure, but yeah, I don't know how this came about, but I guess I'll find out if I stop pausing.
I now officially know what Demure is. And not only do I know where it is, I know the origin story, and it all started with this TikTok account called Jules LeBron, a TikToker with 2 million followers that started this catchphrase that has well and truly caught on. Oh, and by the way, I should probably make it very clear that this video isn't just talking about the fact that there's a trend of people saying very demure, very mindful. It's actually got a lot bigger than that, and it looks like it's actually going to go to court. But firstly, just to give you the origin story, Jules started posting a bunch of...
Oh, I feel like I know where this is going. I feel like that girl that he just showed, maybe she like made it popular, I guess, and someone else is trying to sue her because maybe they're gonna claim that it's their word and she stole it. I'm guessing, I don't know, but let's see.
Of videos where she would say very demure, very mindful, and it caught on, and she was doing this in multiple videos. This is the biggest one from what I can tell.
You see how I do my makeup for work?
Oh.
Very demure, very mindful. I don't come to work with a green cut crease.
Never
I don't
seen
look
her
like
before.
a clown when I go to work. I don't do too much. I'm very mindful while I'm at work. See how I look very presentable? The way I came to the interview is the way I go to the job. A lot of you girls go to the interview looking like Marge Simpson and go to the job looking like Patty and Selma. Not demure.
Okay, so you get the point. And there's also countless amounts of other videos on Jill's channel where she is saying like very demure, very mindful. It became her catchphrase. It became a massive catchphrase around the world. Like genuinely some of the biggest celebrities in the world are saying it. I mean, first of all, because of these videos, she actually made her national TV debut.
You see how I do my makeup for work?
What show? Oh, I can be like, what show?
You know, that TikTok has been viewed
Oh, this is
over 3 million times, and you know I love it so much.
RuPaul's,
I asked
like,
Jules
guest
to come
hosting
and
Jimmy
be on
Kimmel.
the show, so we tracked her down, and here she is tonight.
Also, you have celebrities like Selena Gomez talking about it.
If I was to ask you guys who was the most demure on set this season, who would that be? Demure.
I haven't taught them this yet.
You haven't yet. They don't know it yet.
So, I'll tell you guys later, but I would say Michael.
Oh, that's a good answer.
You also had Zoe Kravitz and Sabrina Carpenter doing like a skit about it on Jimmy Fallon.
Very mindful.
Very cutesy.
Very demure.
And it's even went as far that you have people like Toto Wolff, the CEO of the Mercedes F1 team, saying it in a TikTok video.
Have you realized that I've not been smashing my headphones? Very demure, very mindful.
So I think it's fair to say this trend has completely blew up at this point. And clearly this was very overwhelming for Jules, right?
So Yeah, I feel like the trend is like reaching different parts of the world, and someone is trying to get their money or something, because they probably gonna claim that is their word or something, because people always want to try to take money from someone else.
It has been so big that some of the biggest celebrities in the world are saying it. This kind of could become a brand for her.
Everyone keeps asking me like how I feel about what's going on. And I feel so overwhelmed. Like I feel so grateful, don't get me wrong, but it's happening so fast. Like I just landed in LA and I'm just like so overwhelmed. Like I have so much to do.
But she better keep this up or do something else, because
oh God, but I'm living my fucking dream.
this isn't gonna support her for
everyone
that
was very
long.
happy for Jules. She was getting all of these opportunities from something that just started as a
This
TikTok
is like a
trend, became something that
15-minute
could become a
moment,
brand.
so
She's obviously got a
try to make
ridiculous
it
amount of followers.
15-year
She's getting
moment.
a ridiculous amount
Do
of views on her
something.
videos. But this is where there became a bit of a problem, because when Jules is making these videos, a lot of the comments are from people saying like, look, you need to trademark this now before someone steals it. In fact, on the video we just watched, the top comment with 52,000 likes says, baby, go get Demure trademarked now. And I do believe she was in the process of like trying to do it, but I guess maybe she wasn't quick enough, because it's now been trademarked by someone else. As you can see here, there's a trademark for Very Demure, Very Mindful, and it was actually filed on August 20th, 2024, literally as this trend was blowing up, just 6 days ago as I'm recording this video. And it was actually filed by this guy called Jefferson Bates, who has no link to this at all. He just saw it blowing up, saw it wasn't trademarked, decided to do it himself. And as we can see by this article by The Pink News, they've said, according to the court documents obtained by the outlet, the trademark is intended for use in marketing, advertising, and promotion, which I assume is what the trademark would be intended for if Jules managed to do it first. And also because of this, people started doing a bit of digging and found out that this Jefferson Bates has got a bit of a history kind of filing trademarks. And in fact, as we can see right here, there is currently an appeal for a trademark he filed, and I believe this is with an NFL team. I mean, yeah, as we can tell by the potential opposer, it says Pro Football Inc. and NFL Properties LLC. So yeah, you can see why people may believe that
Dang, he's like a trademark troll, because he just trademarking these things that have nothing to do with him. But he sees that these things aren't trademarked, so he's doing it himself to get money out of it. But is that legal? Because he has no association with these things. He's just trademarking, just a trademark. Okay, so I guess my theory was wrong. I thought he was going to claim that he started this Demure thing, but never mind. He just started trademarking everything and trying to claim it's his, trying to make a profit out of it.
Jonathan Bates allegedly just files trademarks that he thinks are going to blow up before they actually get trademarked. I don't know if it's because he's going to use that trademark to sell stuff himself, or if he is just going to use it as like leverage to get like the person who actually should have the trademark to pay him for said trademark. But either way, Jules ended up uploading a video about the situation, because I believe she was like just about to release merch, and now she's like, oh fuck, I can't because I haven't got the trademark, and this is what she had to say.
This merch situation is like really like fucking me up. Like I've just invested so much money and time into this, and I feel like I did it wrong. Like I feel like I didn't try hard enough, and like I wanted this to like do so much for like my family and like provide for my transition, and like I just feel like I dropped the ball.
She's gonna have to
Like,
trademark
I feel like
or
fucked up and, like,
pay
someone
that guy
else
for
has it
the trademark.
now. And I like don't even know what I could have done better, because like I didn't have the resources.
Okay, so as you just heard,
But I feel like the guy legally trademarked it, so is it possible for her to sue? Because technically she doesn't own it, he does. So if she sues him, would it even go her way? I don't know
she clearly had some
how
big
that
plans for
works.
this. When she saw it blow up, she was like, oh my god, this could change mine and my family's lives, and now there's this big situation where someone has filed a trademark before she had a chance to. Now look, from my perspective, I would like to think that there is a way around this, because this guy just filed it knowing fine well that he didn't start this big
And he
trend,
has no
and he hasn't been
association.
using it for marketing or whatever else before. He has just filed it because he saw it blow up. Like, there is a lot of evidence for that. But just because I would like to assume that doesn't mean it's true. I'm not like a lawyer by any means, right? I don't know how this is going to work legally, but a lot of people have been making videos about this and they seem pretty hopeful about the situation. And also I do just want to say it because I know there will be some comments in this video being like, oh, I mean, it's a fucking word, right? Demure, it's in the dictionary. How can she trademark that? And also there'll probably be people who don't think it's that big of a deal that it's been trademarked by someone else and maybe think it's a bit silly because it's just like a catchphrase. I don't exactly think either of them comments are fair, really, because I mean, yes, it's just a word. A lot of catchphrases that have real words get trademarked. I mean, that is just something I've seen from people saying, how can you trademark Demure? It's a catchphrase, right? And also I've seen a lot of comments from people saying like, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, it's a brand at the end of the day, right? If you're making any company and you have this catchphrase that people know you for and it's went so big that millions of people now know it because of you, celebrities are saying it, you've got the best marketing you could ever wish for, and then you don't have the trademark for it. Yes, you can say maybe she was naive by not filing it beforehand, but also you can see why that would be such a shitty situation. But either way, let's take a look at a few videos from people talking about the situation. This one is by Sean SVV.
Someone just filed an application to trademark the phrase very demure, very mindful, but it wasn't Jules. And while a lot of people are falsely claiming that Jules can no longer use the phrase, I'm going to show you why that's not true and why Jules shouldn't be worried about anything. In fact, it's going to end up messy for the person who filed this. Jefferson A.
I don't think there's going to be a problem with her using the word. It's just going to be a problem with her trying to release merch and stuff to profit off of it. So let's see what he has to say. Maybe there's a way she can save herself.
I see you. You weren't being very mindful when you filled out this application, but luckily, I made fine print. I see that you're trying to obtain this trademark for advertising, marketing, and promotional purposes. Now, I can tell you were rushing to fill out this application because there was an error in the second address you listed, but you also agreed to the declaration at the end of the application that warned you about the risks of fraud, perjury, but also knowingly providing false information on this application could lead to consequences.
Yeah, I mean, again, look, I'm no lawyer, but I would like to think it'd be very easy to prove that this guy has falsely filed this trademark, especially if he's never used it anywhere, and clearly it has blew up very recently from a different creator.
He's gonna...
Let's back up. What is trademark? A trademark can be many things, such as a phrase, a word, some symbols, a logo. However, it specifically identifies the goods or services you are offering, and it's how customers recognize you in the marketplace and distinguish you from competitors. Trademarks can also serve as legal protection for your brand. However, having a trademark does not mean you own that specific word or phrase and that no one else can use it. That's a huge misconception on TikTok. It's more about how a phrase or a word can be used when delivering specific goods or services. If Jules decides to put out merch that has the phrase very demure, very mindful on it, it can protect her from people who are trying to reproduce that shirt. Now that's why branding and marketing are so important and why I think Jules has done such a good job at branding herself when it comes to demure and mindful. At the core, trademark is really about association, which is why this application is something I don't think Jules should be worried about, no matter who said this phrase first.
Hopefully someone helps her out with the legal fees, because I'm pretty sure it's not going to be cheap.
It could be Jules, Mulan, Selena, or me in 2010. A concept of secondary meaning or acquired distinctiveness actually comes up, legally speaking. So while a lot of you are fighting over who really said it first, we need to be talking about who we associate most heavily with this phrase. Like Jules said, there's enough demurity and mindfulness to go around.
Okay, right, so just because someone else has said the catchphrase before, I guess that's something that people were like
I guess you can't be a trademark troll because
say it. That doesn't particularly matter.
He has no association with
He is
this.
saying that actually it is who you associate it with. Like, why is this such a big phrase at the minute? And obviously it is because of Jules' videos.
Going back to the fine print of this application, Jefferson agreed to several things, basically saying that no one else besides you has the right to use this phrase in a commercial setting, especially if they were aware that you used this phrase before they did, which we could probably guess the answer to based on the application date and when Jules started posting all those videos and when they started popping off. You could actually do something about this. So Jules, if you and your team don't know what to do next, here's a bunch of choices you have. Number one, you could drop a merch line with the phrase very demure, very mindful on it. Number two, meeting with a trademark attorney and having them fill out a trademark application with you. In that application, you can claim that you were using this phrase before they were. Additionally, your attorney will probably tell you about something called opposition or being able to refute the application that was filed first, before you. When in reality, you have receipts upon receipts that show prior use of this phrase, you establishing it, you being the face of that brand, and a lot of brands and public figures and celebrities wanting to get in on that. Jules, I am so proud of you. And like other creators, I'm so happy to see you succeed and get your flowers.
Okay, so clearly a very hopeful video, right? This guy's basically saying, you
she still has
can
a
work
chance.
around this, we can solve this, right? Now
But
on the flip side, there's
the
other
legal
creators
fees.
like Jamie Scott here, who is saying like, yes, you may be able to solve this, but it's going to be a big pain in the ass.
The trademark issue happening with Jules, our demure queen, is actually a lot more complicated than people are making it out to be. Jules, who has posted in tears talking about Jefferson Bates and not being quick enough to get a trademark because she didn't have the resources to. I mean, everyone's in the comments, lawyers included, saying like, you will win that case in court. But if you know anything about trademark law, that is not for the weak. This is not a quick fix. This is something that will take time and money and really drain the spirit out of someone who is so deserving of all the best, because for the time being, it doesn't sound like she's going to be able to merchandise, sell apparel, you know, using the demure, mindful, all that jazz that she came up with and made so super popular and famous.
And then again, we have other creators speaking about this, like Bunny Hedaya, who is speaking about this because she has personal experience in a situation similar to this.
It actually would have saved me the heartache if I would have just waited till I launched and then filed the trademark to be as an in use, which Jules can use because Jules is doing it in use. So my advice would be for Jules to file right now, ASAP, in use, using this trademark for advertising, marketing, whatever you want to do.
Right, so what Bunny is explaining here is in her personal situation, she had this big dispute over trademarks, and it was before she actually started selling products with that trademark. Now, what Jules has in her favour, according to Bunny, is the fact that she has already started producing content with that phrase that has now been trademarked.
This was in 2021, I believe, and as of this month, I am officially, rightfully the owner of Bunsy. It has taken 3 years, a lot of tears, and
Dang, 3 years.
I probably lost $100,000 on it. All because this person wrongfully said that they were using it in commerce, which they were not.
Okay, so what I'm gathering from these videos, which again, I don't know if this stuff is 100% true, but from the majority of people here, it seems like, yes, this is something that Jules can work around and solve, but it's gonna take either a lot of time or a lot of money, or most likely both, and that's obviously very shitty for Jules, because this became something that was like so massive, she could capitalize on it, do really well for herself, and now she's got this hurdle in the way where, yes, she's still gonna be able to say it in videos and still blow up and still get millions of views, but it definitely puts a spanner in the works, and she might not be able to sell certain products. I don't know exactly the ins and out, but it seems that way. But I'm sure there are some people in the comment section of this video that are either, I don't know, like studying this type of stuff or actually work in this field that will know a lot more than I do. So if you do, please leave a comment in the comment section down below, let us know your thoughts. And
okay, so yeah, some people are really sneaky and messy for no reason. So I feel like that last lady talking about how she went through a lawsuit, it took her 3 years to get it back, and she says she like lost $100,000 because of it. I feel like by the time that what's her name? He was like saying her name throughout the whole video. Julie, whatever. I feel like by the time like the lawsuit has been finished and she gets the trademark, I feel like the trend is gonna be over. Like, it took that lady 3 years. In 3 years, Demure is probably not even going to be a thing, so dang. Well, on the positive side, there is a chance to get the trademark. Negative side, how long is it going to take, and will Demure still be a thing, because there might be a new phrase or something that'll be more popular at that time whenever you finally get that trademark. But I guess we'll find out in the future to see what happens. But anyway, that is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below. And if you want to see my experiences in Korea, you could check out my first channel, SEKSHI. And if you want to see my other socials, it's right here under my face. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.